Hey guys, Brian Schoaf here for BombasticEntertainment.com, and today we're taking a look at what might be the last of the Elm Street Jason figures that we might ever see from NECA Toys. I say last because due to the ongoing lawsuit over the rights, the Friday the 13th license is currently on ice, and NECA has been trickling out just about everything it had in development while it still can. So let's consider ourselves lucky this figure didn't get lost in legal limbo. This new Jason comes in your standard window box. You got some poster art on the front and on the sides. Some cool promo shots on the back. And inside we have Mr. Voorhees himself with all his accessories and this nice woodland backdrop. I really like the promo shot on the inside cover here. It's really cool. It's well done. All right, let's crack into this thing here. All right, so I wouldn't consider this exactly loaded with accessories compared to some of the other Ultimate Jasons. But this Jason really only used his signature machete in the film. So NECA did kind of a deep dive, and what could have been a bare bones figure got a pretty nice treatment. First, we have the various hockey masks. Each one is from a different point in the film, like this one here with all the battle scratches, and the bloody one from the ending fight on the dock. Probably the coolest thing here is the teddy bear. That's just an interesting inclusion because you don't really see many nods to Jason's childlike mind with all the murdering. It's got kind of a grime wash over it, and it's pretty well detailed. No articulation, though. Not that you'd really expect it to have any. Set that guy down. We also get two machetes. One with a blood deco, again from the ending of the film, and a regular machete. Either one works with this really cool clip-on flame effect for recreating that awesome scene where Jason is on fire walking through the burning cornfield. It's probably one of the most iconic shots in that movie, so that's super cool. Awesome job on this thing. Taking a look at the detail here, Jason himself has this nice layered effect to him, and you can see all these tears and exposed linings. It all helps to make this Jason look really burly and bulked out, so he looks more hulking next to Freddy. They used every trick in the book to make him look big in this movie, right down to these ridiculous Frankenstein platform shoes. Lots of grime and dirt washes, really cool details all over the back. It looks like he's been through hell. They really did a nice job here with all these earth tones. The figure doesn't look muddy or washed out. Just the details pop nicely. Here he is unmasked. I don't remember a scene in this film where he was unmasked, so I'm not super sure where this design came from other than reference photos. There was a scene of them giving him CPR in the van, but you only saw half his face in that. Might have to watch the movie again. It's not my favorite unmasked Jason, but it's not the worst either. That's probably Jason Takes Manhattan. Switch to this battle-damaged mask here. Of the three, that's probably going to be the one that I have on display most. Okay, so articulation-wise, I hate to say it, but I think this might actually be a slight step back from other Ultimate Jasons. On other figures, the head is on a peg, so you get a lot of rotational movement. But this one, the head and neck, it's all one piece, so it only swivels here at the break on the neckline. Arms extend out to the shoulders, so they got a nice range of motion. Elbows are single jointed, but you don't really need that much for some good machete poses. You get a bit of swivel here at the elbow. That's about it for arm motion. Moving down to the legs, the knees are also single jointed, but that's standard on these figures. Seems like on the Jasons, they try and hide the knee joints in the pants so they, look kind of invisible looking. Same thing with the Michael Myers and the Freddy figures, and you get about the same range of motion here. Feet swivel a bit, and the waist turns side to side. Good. Here's a better view of the feet. So overall, he's got a good amount of articulation and a decent range of motion. It's really only at the head that he seems like a slight step back from other Jasons, so nothing too bad. Get that machete in there. Get there. There we go. We're in prime shape for some slashing. This figure is really cool. We don't have an Ultimate Freddy to go along with him, but there's plenty of Freddy out there, and his look doesn't change as drastically as Jason's did from film to film. So if we never get one, you can mix and match those pretty well with the ones we've already got out there. It's a real shame the toys got sucked into the legal dispute. You know, for years I've been holding my breath that each new Jason release would be one of the Kane Hodder versions, but it's cool to have as many of the different looks under one roof as we do have. When you get a bunch of them on your shelf, you can really appreciate the evolution of Jason across the entire franchise. NECA does have one final Friday the 13th figure coming, and that's Roy Burns from Part 5. I do plan on getting and reviewing him because the fact that he'll exist in plastic at all is just amazing to me. And also because it's the last Friday the 13th figure we'll get for the foreseeable future. I've got something special planned for that review, so be sure and check back for that one. Again, this is a great figure and is really complemented by NECA's other horror figures. So if you see it, snap it up and just enjoy all the Friday the 13th action while you still can. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below, and don't forget to check out bombasticentertainment.com to see what we're up to. Thanks for watching.